Zahi Hawass announces discovery of lost golden city in Luxor. The Egyptian mission under Dr. Zahi Hawass found the city that was lost under the sands and called the Rise of Aten. The city is 3,000 years old, dates to the reign of Amenhotep III, and continued to be used by Tutankhamun and I. Many foreign missions searched for this city and never found it. We began our work searching for the mortuary temple of Tutankhamun because the temples of Bus, Hormoheb, and I were found in this area, Hawass said. The Egyptian expedition was surprised to discover the largest city ever found in Egypt, founded by one of the greatest rulers of Egypt, King Amenhotep III, the ninth king of the 18th dynasty, who ruled Egypt from 1391 till 1353 BC. This city was active during the great king's co-regency with his son, the famous Amenhotep IV, Akhenaton. It was the largest administrative and industrial settlement in the era of the Egyptian Empire on the western bank of Luxor. The city's streets are flanked by houses, which some of their walls are up to 3 meters high. Hawass continued, we can reveal that the city extends to the west, all the way to the famous Deir el-Medina. Bestie Bryan, professor of Egyptology at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, USA, said the discovery of the lost city is the second most important archaeological discovery since the tomb of Tutankhamun. The discovery of the lost city not only will give us a rare glimpse into the life of the ancient Egyptians at the time where the empire was at its wealthiest, but will help us shed light on one of the history's greatest mystery. Why did Akhenaton and Nefertiti decide to move to Amarna? Bryan added. The excavation area is sandwiched between Ramses III Temple at Medinat Habu and Amenhotep III's temple at Memnon. The Egyptian mission started working in this area in search of Tutankhamun's mortuary temple. Tutankhamun's successors, King I, built his temple on a site which was later adjoined on its southern side by Ramses III's temple at Medinat Habu. Egyptologists believe I's temple may formerly have belonged to Tutankhamun, as two colossal statues of the young king were found there. The northern part of the temple is still under the sands. The excavation started in September 2020, and within weeks, to the team's greatest surprise, formations and mud bricks began to appear in all directions. What they unearthed was the site of a large city in good condition of preservation, with almost complete walls, and with rooms filled with tools of daily life. The archaeological layers have laid untouched for thousands of years, left by the ancient residents, as if it was yesterday. The first goal of the mission was to date this settlement. Hieroglyphic inscriptions found on clay caps of wine vessels. Historical references tell us the settlement consisted of 3 royal palaces of King Amenhotep III, as well as the empire's administrative and industrial center. A large number of archaeological finds such as rings, scraps, colored pottery vessels, and mud bricks bearing seals of King Amenhotep III's Carthage confirmed the dating of the city. After only 7 months of the excavation, several areas or neighborhoods have been uncovered. In the southern part, the mission found a bakery, a cooking and a food preparation area, complete with ovens and storage pottery. From its size, we can state the kitchen was catering a very large number of workers and employees. The other area is fenced in by a zigzag wall, with only one access point, leading to internal corridors and residential areas. The single entrance makes us think it was some sort of security, with the ability to control entry and exit to enclosed areas. Zigzag walls are one of the rare architecture elements in ancient Egyptian architecture, mainly used towards the end of the 18th dynasty. The third area is the workshop. On one side, the production area for the mud bricks used to build temples. All over the excavated areas, the mission has found many tools used in some sort of industrial activity like spinning and weaving. Metal and glass making slag has also been unearthed, but the main area of such activity has yet to be discovered. 2 unusual burials of a cow or bull were found inside one of the rooms. Investigations are underway to determine the nature and purpose of this practice. And even more remarkable burial of a person found with arms outstretched to his side and remains of a rope wrapped around his knees. The location and position of this skeleton are rather odd, and more investigations are in progress. One of the most recent finds of a vessel containing 2 gallons of dried or boiled meat, about 10 kg, has a valuable inscription, year 37, dressed meat for the 3rd Hepset festival, from the slaughterhouse of the stockyard of Ka, made by the butcher Louis. This valuable information not only gave us the names of 2 people that lived and worked in the city, but confirmed that the city was active and the time of King Amenhotep III co-regency with his son Akhenaton. As history goes, 1 year after this boat was made, the city was abandoned and the capital relocated to Amarna. But was it, and why, and was the city repopulated again when Tutankhamun returned to Thebes? Only further excavation of the area will reveal what truly happened 3,500 years ago. So far, the mission has discovered a group of rock-cut tombs of different sizes that can be reached through stairs carved into a rock, a common feature of a tomb construction in the Valley of the Kings and in the Valley of the Nobles. Work is underway and the mission expects to uncover untouched tombs filled with treasures. In order to see more videos about ancient Egypt and all the new discoveries, please support us with like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.